Hello, everyone. Welcome to Liberal Tarot. I'm Sherry, a blue dot in a red state, utilizing tarot to offer insight into these very interesting times we have going on here in the United States. So I'm really glad that you're here and welcome. The focus of today's reading is going to be about the 700% increase in weapons spending by ICE. Okay, so this was reporting. It was in a variety of places, but I found it in Mother Jones because kind of some of the places where I was seeing it, I wasn't real sure on like the validity of it. But then when I saw it being reported in Mother Jones, and then I knew this was a for real thing. Most of the spending has been on guns and armor. But there's also been significant purchases of chemical weapons. The initial reporting did say that there were guided missile warheads and explosives being bought. Wired is now reporting that this may have been due to a clerical error. Okay, so, and if you saw the thumbnail on this, it was like the spending for ICE is like, been like over like the past, like before January was just, like its normal little, little graph. And then as soon as Trump, was inaugurated, the line went straight up on their spending. So, what I want to look into is why. And part of this is like, are they expecting the American people to riot? Is that why? Like, they're trying to push us to riot? Now, with that, this leads into like several like some other readings that I have, which is like those SNAP benefits and those tariffs hit in November. That is going to hit Trump country hard. And we know how those people protest. And so it's like, is that what, I mean, are they like really just trying to push the American people to riot so he can do the Insurrection Act? And would that just be poetic justice if it was MAGA who rioted and had the hell of the and fury of the American government come down on them? The other thing that I had here was about the ICE agents, the 1,500 ICE agents going to San Francisco. However, just before I got on here, there was breaking news that he has backed off on that for now. So I will probably, at least do a check-in on that as well. So yeah, why are they buying all of these weapons? Yeah. It seemed like I had another thought. If it comes to me, I'll tell you. Okay, so this increased spending. Why? He's got his own little private army there. So why are they spending all this money on weapons? Okay, and I remembered what it was I was going to tell you. Did you guys see that they're having a hard time recruiting ICE people because they can't pass the physical? And I was like, so what do they have to do to pass the physical? It was 15 push-ups, 32 setups, and a 14-minute mile. And I was like, that's it? And these people can't like pass that? I kid you not. I was like, well, I can do 15 push-ups. I did 15 men's push-ups. And I mean, that last one, I will say that last one was hard for me, but I'm a 56-year-old, woman who does yoga. That's what I do. And I was doing men's push-ups, not women's. And I probably could have gone down a little bit further. But once again, I have not been training to be an ICE agent. And even I could squeak out 15 push-ups. And that last push-up, I was like, I will die before I don't do this push-up. Just to prove that I can. And then the 32 setups is like, you can't do 32 setups? Are you kidding me? And like, I could walk a 14-minute mile. So I just thought that was hysterical that I could pass the fitness test, but yet, Gravy SEAL team is apparently having problems with that. We're going to laugh any chance we get. Okay, so I already had these cards shuffled, and I'm going to go ahead with the base reading into like, what the hell? But specifically, today's what the hell question is this increased spending and like, what are they expecting? They're weighing their options. And this is also to the troubled water here in the background. I noticed that, like the troubled water, and like how are we going to navigate the troubled water? Um, and look at this hat here, and I think in other decks it's like this is the red hat. So here they are, thinking that they're, I don't know what they think. They're idiots, is what they are. Um, so yeah, and weighing their options of how are they going to weather the storm. Okay, I just have to say what also stands out when I'm doing health readings, the yellow tights can indicate fluid or urine. And it's like, Third Amendment time, you people don't get to use public restrooms. Oh, well. Or, the restrooms there whenever they're locking them out of the bathrooms. I love that so much. And then the challenge is, this is just a happy home. The happy couple under the marriage canopy. Here we have our town, and what I'm noticing is like the solid walls here, and this is just a happiness, and like there's no rioting going on in these cities. They're the ones that are perpetrating the violence, and so that's just like, and for they also. What's standing out is this infinity sign. Like they think that they're going to keep this up just forever. They're going to be Trump's little private, brown shirts forever. And the challenge is their narrative does not fit reality. You have the happy cities here. That, we don't want you in the cities. And then options. Here's the options. How is this going to be put to an end? And Page of Pentacles here is the past experiences, and foundation of this is they feel justified. They feel like this is our money. We can spend our money however we want. And then you got Castañón Nova out there, little ice Barbie with her jets. Justice. I'm surprised that recent influences. There's going to be I know what this could be. And I have this, let me see here. This was actually moving into another reading I have that I was wanting to do. J.B. Prickster has created a commission to document and investigate alleged misconduct by federal ICE agents and to advocate for accountability. Governor Pritzker established the Illinois Accountability Commission to investigate and create a public record of alleged federal enforcement abuses and misconduct and to recommend future actions. And a federal judge, that was the other thing. And this is all going into Chicago stuff, but this is the judges, I think, and the courts are going to be kind of stepping in and putting a stop to this, of what, what the brown shirts think that they're going to do, and ending of the money, the legacy, not using money wisely. Let me see more about this 10 of, like, having to be held accountable for what they've done. Let me see this 10 of Pentacles is also you're done, no more. Like you've bought all that you're going to buy. Especially with that death card right there. Yeah, putting this is coming to an end. The messaging is that you can't do this anymore. Yeah. So expect some court case that's going to come up around this. That there's going to be something that a court case, a judge that comes in and says, you can no more, you can't do this, you're done with the spending. And the reason I say that, when I put more cards on that one, it was laying in rest, something comes to an end, and then you've got the queens here of, no more misusing money is what I get with that. So, I think that they are, let me ask, is ICE going to be used like to try to get people to riot? Is this what the administration is trying to do? Is the administration using their brown shirts to try to get people to riot? remember, the disarray and the wheels on the bus are coming off. The wheels on the bus are coming off, and they're just waiting. Yeah, I think that it's almost like this feeling of yes, but it's in such a haphazard way that it's not successful, and that the people aren't falling for it. Okay, they saw the No Kings protests, and we're not rioting. Okay, and so yeah, they I think that that's what they're wanting, but we're not giving that to them. Okay, let me see where I'm at here. So I'm going to ask about San Francisco again. Is ICE going to permanently stay out of San Francisco? Is ICE going to permanently stay out of San Francisco? And by permanent, I mean, like with this Trump and these 1,500 ICE agents and all the just reckless mayhem that they're trying to, terrorizing Americans and people in America. Is this, that kind of thing? Are they going to be stopped permanently in San Francisco? And a permanent stop in San Francisco. Be patient, waiting. He's weighing his options. And remember, there's this water and the water back and forth here of whatever thought floats through his brain in that moment. And the reason he called it off this time was because the president, CEO, whatever his official title is, of NVIDIA said, hey, maybe not do this because it's going to disrupt business. And so Trump was like, okay. But then if Stephen Miller talks to him, there's a different thought. The world card, a completion of something. I'm wondering if this isn't getting ready to just come completely to an end. Oh, our worst nightmare, reaping the rewards of hard work. But this is someone who's misused their power, and it's our worst nightmare, the burden of everything, and karma. I'm not seeing that this is going to have, I don't know that the ICE agents are going to have a big scale like that in San Francisco because of, it's almost like other things. Like this is an exiting card. This is like you've achieved all that you can achieve. And so the challenge to, whatever thought, like he goes back and forth, someone says one thing, someone says another thing, if Stephen Miller isn't the last one to whisper something into his ear, and it's somebody else, then he's going to do that. But then you get like, while he's here going back and forth, there's like major ending. I always say you have done all the damage that you can do. And then you get the karma card. With, like, he's become too much of a burden. This is a nightmare. Everybody's worst nightmare. So I kind of am getting this feeling like, it's not so much that he doesn't want to do this in San Francisco. It's that there's something else that's kind of like moving him to a different place. I was going to say a better place, but a better place for us, for him not to be there in the White House. Let me see here. So this was interesting as I was looking and doing I do research into the readings that I want to, look at, and I'm trying to find like the most up-to-date information because it happens so fast, and I can't tell you how many times I have sat down to do a reading and I get like news notification and it's like, something else, coming up. And so at some point I just have to say, okay, this is the information I have, and I'm like recording this reading at this time on this day. So I am recording these on Thursday. What is this? Probably 23rd. This came out just like yesterday or the day before. A federal judge in Chicago has ruled that ICE agents can face arrest and contempt proceedings for unlawful warrantless arrests. And I was like, well, okay. And then I was like, wait a minute. What court case, brought this through to the Chicago, to this federal judge in Chicago? It was from 2022, and it was Castañón Nava versus DHS. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. And so this was from 2022, and they just recently ruled on this, as I said, just a few days ago. I'll post the link there in the description for you guys, from Newsweek. So I want to know, so completely different case from, like, 3 years ago, and now it's like, yeah, they can face arrest and contempt proceedings for unlawful warrantless arrest. And right now they're not identifying themselves. They're not producing warrants. They're not doing any of that. You pair that with what J.B. Pritzker is doing, which he's basically creating a database of all of these ICE agents and their abuses. And that way, whenever they can, they're going to prosecute these guys. And you notice the messaging has changed from, especially J.B. Pritzker, and I paraphrase, but I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't say this, which is, TikTok, you fuckers are going to be going to jail for life for what you've done. Okay, I know he's used the, you're going to be going to jail for life, and this judge is setting that up to where it's like, yeah. So I want to know about that. Are these ICE agents going to start getting arrested now that this judge has said, yeah, they can be arrested for, not following the law with their little warrantless arrests? Are they going to start arresting these ICE agents? I just want to make sure that I did get in here for entertainment purposes only, and that I am using the Wiser Tarot today. Okay, are they going to start getting... Oh, yeah! You guys, if you've not seen that South Park where, Trump is fucking Satan, I highly recommend it, because I will think of that every single time this card comes up when doing these readings. So, yeah, the devil is all just the toxicity. Okay, just think of that. 7 deadly sins. They've chained themselves to this toxicity, and 7 deadly sins in my Robinwood Tarot. It's like what they, but it's still not enough. And that is what a malignant narcissist is. It's like he could have everything in the world. It's never going to be enough. With a malignant narcissist, you could literally give them your last dying breath, and they'd be like, that's it? You don't have more? So, yeah. So just the toxic situation that ICE is creating. And the challenge is going to be, they've been lied to. I think little Ice Barbie has told them that, oh no, Trump will pardon you. What do they call him? Daddy will pardon you and it'll all be fine. It's like, yeah, but you guys, Daddy can't pardon you from state crimes. And that's what they're saying, is like, you may be pardoned from federal crimes, but you will not be pardoned from state crimes. Just wait. That's like literally just wait. Because yeah, they're creating that database. They're now they've got this judge coming out saying, yes, we can do this, or you guys can do this. The Justice card, you guys saw me shuffle. And the High Priestess, the answers are there. You have to seek the truth. Like the answers are hidden, but you have to seek the truth. So I wonder, why is it the High Priestess that's coming up here? Because this is all saying like, yes, and then we get this Hanged Man, and like things are being hidden. So what is it that we need to know about this? Feeling left out in the cold, and then the legacy. Like, what is your legacy? What is it that you're... yeah, just what is your legacy? And that Queen of Wands, I keep getting that. What is this? Because usually that's like my Pam Bondi card. And if she's telling them that they're legally protected, and it's like, but they're only legally protected from federal crimes, not state crimes. So will they start arresting these ICE agents? The fighting, the bickering, Agreements, coming to agreements, and messaging. Let me see here. Let me just sit with this for a second. I'm almost getting this feeling like, yes, they do it. And it's almost like this feeling of, we told you what we were going to do, and now we're doing it. Like, you've been warned. That's the feeling I'm getting with this. So, yeah, the only reason they wouldn't be getting arrested is seriously, you guys, I'm really feeling like by mid-November, I think that we're looking at a very different situation than what we're looking at right now. Now, I have been getting, like, there's these points where, like, we could have had a government shutdown back, in the spring, but Chuck Schumer caved, and here we are. And so now, here we are, and the Democrats don't seem to be caving, and that's something I am going to be doing, the update for Adelita Grijalva and the government shutdown. But I don't know that it's very good that the database is being created. If this administration goes on much further, much longer, then yes, they are absolutely going to start arresting ICE agents. And that's something that I think that the governors are already talking about, how to use this federal judge's ruling in order to do that. So yeah, this is going to be one I watch, because I really am kind of expecting that, since that federal judge said that, they're looking at their options of how the governors, of how they can make this work for them. Like, what does that look like? That making the plans. That's what I'm feeling with that. So, as far as the ICE goes, yeah, it is Trump's brown shirt army. Brown shit. Sure, why not call it just the brown shit army? That works for me. And that San Francisco, it's on pause for now. I feel like he has every intention to do it. I think that a lot of this, I just realized a lot of this stuff, like, it gets started and then it's like, because there's something else that's coming in, like that middle of November, that I think could really be moving this country into a hopefully new, better direction. So I will leave it at that for now. Thank you very much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Put another reading up here for you to check out. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next reading. Have a great day.